We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be? Good afternoon and welcome to Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing, the UDRA. Broken Heart 50 here at Lernerville Speedway. But before we get to racing action, we got to throw out our sponsor here, the iRacing High Flag Doomsday, coming up soon.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Their car involved. We got hit in the right side. All the tires are up. I just could see out the doors, so I know the doors missing. All right, bud.
+60 drivers, 2 nights of racing, 2 different racetracks, one on the dirt and one on the asphalt, 2 different styles of racing. The iRacing High Flags Doomsday 200 will separate the ones who can handle the pressure and the endurance of being in a race car and doing what it takes to win, and the ones who will crack. 100 laps at Knoxville Speedway and 100 laps at Daytona Super Speedway, making this truly 2 days of hell for the drivers. You might be good on dirt, or you might be good on the asphalt, but only the strong can handle the stress of racing in both. So, can you handle the iRacing High Flags Doomsday 200? Well, that's a question we're all asking ourselves. Can you? The iRacing High Flags Doomsday 200 is coming, people, and it will be a fight to survive.
And the iRacing High Flag Doomsday race coming up rather soon here on the Full Velocity Race Network, the 22nd and the 23rd of February. It will be live here, and you'll be able to buy into that race here rather soon. So I really strongly suggest you get involved in that as we get ready here for, like I said, the UDRA Broken Heart 50 here this afternoon at the Lernerville Speedway. And definitely a fantastic event we have in store for you here this evening, or this afternoon, excuse me. Again, Phil's supposed to be here. We had a really, really late night last night, broadcasting a nice sprint car, the third annual sprint car series, annual race there that Clint Smith puts on. And definitely, I'm still a little bit tired and still a little bit under the weather of everything going on here. So qualifying, getting ready to wrap up. Is everything going on here? Just making sure that all my widgets are working and everything, because last night I had to change a lot of things around here to try to get to a different type of session, and that's what happened here with me. So we got Jack on the controls here, and everything going strong, and hopefully we'll put on a good show here for you, and going to see who's going to actually take down the victory here. Trying to cover the points here, trying to bring up my points widget and things that are going on here for points. And I believe your current points leader. The current points leader is Alex Smolders with 458 after week number 6. Drew Hopkins back there with 431. Blake Majules with 397. Clifford Driscoll with 374. And Brad Dyer round out your top 5. Last week's feature winner. It looks like Casey Brunson with the Super Bowl shootout 54. Casey Brunson taking down that. Davin Cardwell won the Fast Time Award from Con Trucking, and Drew Hopkins won the Hard Charger Award from Cabbage Custard and Hamburgers, one of the official sponsors here of the UDRA. So locked and loaded, heat race number 1, getting ready to come to post, starting on the pole. Driving the number 63 3D Racing, that will be Clifford Driscoll. And his dancing partner outside, driving the 127, the iRacing High Flag. Swindell Speed Labs, number 127, that's Blake Majules. Inside row number 2 will be Shane James aboard the HRE Motorsports, number 3. And John Kennedy aboard the backwards hat, number 189, rolling off position number 4. Rolling off 5th will be Calvin Herring aboard the one-shot scrap and recycle, number 08. And Brad Dyer aboard the number 56. Linda Wiffle aboard the number 17, rolling off in position number 7, and Darren Litterall aboard the HRE Motorsports number 68 in position number 8. Ninth starter sees the Ben Kudermarsh aboard the number 12, and Howard Weaver aboard the number 7 machine, rolling off in position number 10. 10 cars we called for. We have all 10 cars out there on the speedway for heat race number 1. So it'll be Clifford Driscoll looking at some of these different types of schemes here. Maybe we'll see some throwback schemes as I was looking down through everything. It's Clifford Driscoll, your pole sitter right now. In that 63 machine. Been a while since I've seen him sit on the pole. FVRN on the side of that machine. Of course, 3D Racing, the official team of Full Velocity Racing Network. Glad to have those guys aboard. There is things going on here in the background, making things extremely difficult for me. Shane James running in third. Will be starting in third in the Team Friday number 3 machine, in the 189 machine, backwards hat 189 of John Kennedy. Nice looking paint scheme on that machine. So some paint schemes that I haven't got a chance to cover over last little bit of the Sunday night or Sunday afternoon race. As the iRacing I flag, green flag comes out over heat race number 1. Clifford Driscoll, Blake Majules lead the charge down to turn number 1. Driscoll trying to drift up here, trying to get a run there. The 127 of Blake Majules to the top shelf of the speedway. Side by side battle there for the top spot. It's Driscoll on the bottom, Blake Majules on the top side. Here comes Shane James running in that third spot in the number 3 machine. James looking down to extreme bottom side there in the Team Friday number 3 machine, trying to make some headway in the top 2. Not going to be able to do as those guys able to slam the door, keep those grooves tied up as Clifford Driscoll and Blake Majules still go at it for the top spot. So Majules is able to be shot out of a cannon down the back straightaway. Driscoll trying to get down to the inside there, that number 63 machine, as they go side by side there for the top spot. As Driscoll right now, he has to give it up there to the 127 of Blake Majules. Blake Majules right now in the top spot there in the 127. Driscoll running in second. Shane James running in third. Now going to the outside, trying to find some momentum. Every ounce of forward bite that he can. And that number 3 machine, Brad Dyer, running in that fourth spot in the number 56. Now peaks down to the bottom of Shane James. James able to hold on to third. Pretty much single file amongst the top 4 as Blake Majules shows the quickest way around there in the Swindell Speed Labs iRacing I flag number 127. Majules leading at the line once again with the 63. Driscoll right there in tow. So again, it is Blake Majules, your race leader, 63. Clifford Driscoll running in second. Brad Dyer now has caught the number 3 of Shane James, as James now trying to work it out here, trying to able to try to hold on to that third spot. The 127 is still doing a fantastic job holding off Clifford Driscoll. Driscoll right now is second, third is Shane James, and fourth is Brad Dyer. Dyer trying to peek down to the bottom there. And that number 56 machine as he's trying to get around the three, not able to do anything. Kevin Custer, the official sponsor on that 56, as we have 2 to go. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 for the 127. Now Blake Majules. Blake Majules gets the white flag now. One more trip around here in heat race number 1. Clifford Driscoll going to try one last ditch effort. Does not look like he's going to get that forward bite, but down the back straightaway for the final time. Into turn number 3, the 127. This one does Speed Labs iRacing Flag 127. Going to take down heat race number 1. Second going to go to Clifford Driscoll. Shane James for 3. Brad Dyer for 4. Calvin Herring, Darren Litterall, Howard Weaver, Ben Cootermarsh, William Wiffle, and John Kennedy to round out your field. So that's going to put a cap on heat race number 1 in the books. Heat race number 2 now coming to post down there on pit road. It should go away like this. Starting on the pole, a newcomer here to the iRacing iFlag stables. Alex Smolders in the number 211 is dancing part of the outside, driving the number 42 machine. That will be Jordan Casey. Jordan Casey aboard the number 42. Inside number 2 will be DJ Kalinowski aboard the number 13 machine, but he's running his throwback scheme, that K9 machine. That was a beautiful prepared scheme out there. So we'll take a look at that as soon as that gets out there. Ryan Underwood aboard the number 46, going to roll off of position number 4. Fifth starter sees the 157, the Phenom, Drew Hopkins in the HRE Motorsports 157, and Jason McSbarron aboard the number 23, rolling off position number 6. Seventh starter sees Barry Sorensen aboard the number 45, and Tanner Folds aboard the number 15 in position 8. Ninth sees Chad Poland here in heat race number 2. We called for 9 cars, all 9 cars out there on the speedway. So D1RT, Jordan Casey on the outside of the newly coined, newly sponsored number 211 of the iRacing iFlag, Alex Smolders. You see CCR on the side of that, CCRD. That's good old Big Country. I'm painting that scheme up. Love seeing Jameson Colbert's schemes. Nice kind of a slick look on that 211. DJ Kalinowski in the K9. That was a Milner Designs. Media Designs and Media. It was painted car there, the K9. That's a throwback scheme that's going to be used in our VLR broadcast. As the iRacing iFlag green flag comes out over the field here for heat race number 2. And DJ Kalinowski all kinds out of shape there. But it's the 211 of Alex Smolders leading the way over Jordan Casey down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 211 of Alex Smolders, let's see what he has here for the top go-getters here. He's had a lot of good runs here at the Louisville Speedway in this UDRA race. But we'll see if he's going to be able to hold off the hard charger 42 of Jordan Casey. Casey now looking to the bottom there in that 42 machine. Side-by-side battle for the top spot. It is Alex Smolders at the line just nipping him. But Jordan Casey not going away. Way down to the bottom into the grass there. There's Zook tires that would keep him off there. But again, Jordan Casey drifts up the track. The 211 Alex Smolders fires back down to the inside. Slide job of his own right. Maybe. No, he's going to stick right there in the middle groove. Give Jordan Casey some room. Casey right there on the top shelf of the speedway. Meanwhile, the Phenom in the 46 battling it out for the third spot. Jordan Casey has a whale of a run on the outside, though, able to propel himself into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. The number 42 of Jordan Casey still continues to lead this one with Alex Smolders for 2. Ryan Underwood in that 46 machine holding on to the third spot. The Phenom, Drew Hopkins, has looked a couple different times down to the bottom, trying to get around him, but the 45 also right there knocking on the door. Barry Sorensen in the 45 machine doing a fantastic job. 45B on the side of that as he's trying to get around Drew Hopkins to the outside. Outside seems to be really fast right now. Early on in the going as we are 4 laps remaining here around Lernerville in heat race number 2. And it's been all Jordan Casey as soon as he got around Alex Smolders, starting to pull away from Smolders. A half a second there. 0.5 for the half a second is the 42. Now with 3 to go for Jordan Casey. Alex Smolders still running in that second spot. He peeks back down to the bottom, trying to get around that 42 machine. Not able to do so. As Jordan Casey just showing the way around the speedway on the top shelf. here. Popsicle sticks in there. 2 more trips around for Jordan Casey. Alex Motors' Ryan Underwood has put a gap between himself and the 45 now. Barry Sorensen, who was able to get around Drew Hopkins in that 157 machine. As we come off of turn 4, white flag out in the air for the 42 of Jordan Casey. Looks like Jordan Casey for the final time down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Going to dig it down in deep, down to the bottom, and he's going to be able to take off the victory here in heat race number 2. Second, Alex Smolders, Ryan Underwood for 3. Barry Sorensen, then you got Drew Hopkins, Jason McSparron, Tanner Foltz, CJ Kolonowski, and Chad Poland. Round out your 9 cars here at heat race 2. Got to thank everybody for tuning in to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Thank you all for tuning in and taking a Sunday afternoon with us, as I know some qualifying on for NASCAR here going on, different things going on. But before we get to the feature racing action, only 2 heat races, so we're kind of light. Only 2 heat races, so before we do that, we're going to send things down trackside for the playing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you for the beautiful rendition of the national anthem from Dirty Grass Soul and Kevin Dadman, getting ready to go racing here. Feature racing time, 50 laps will be the distance here. The UDRA Amsoil Sunday night or Sunday race here, the UDRA. The Broken Heart 50, I should call it here. UDRA Broken Heart 50 here. Amsoil, the official sponsor here. Also got to thank Cron Trucking, Cabins Custard. Again, Amsoil, Dirt All Access, Highside Graphics, Sugar Dog, HRE Motorsports Team Friday. Those guys, all sponsors here of the racing action for a Sunday afternoon race with UDRA. Definitely appreciate that one, as we're going to jump right in to the Voiles Trucking starting lineup for the 50-lap feature. Starting on the pole, driving the number 127, the iRacing iFlag, Swindell Speed Labs, number 127 of Blake Majules, and then Jordan Casey aboard the D1 RT, number 42, rolling off position number 2. Third starter sees 3D Racing, number 63 of Clifford Driscoll and Alex Smolders, and the iRacing iFlag, number 211 in position number 4. Fifth, we'll see the HRE Motorsports number 3 of Shane James and Ryan Underwood aboard that number 46, rolling off in position number 6. Seventh starter sees Brad Dyer aboard that number 56 machine. Then Barry Sorensen aboard the number 45 in position number 8. Ninth starter sees the one-shot scrap and recycling number 08 of Calvin Herring and the Phenom Drew Hopkins in the 157 in position 10. 11th starter sees Darren Litterall aboard the HRE Motorsports number 68. And Jason McSparron aboard the number 23 in position number 12. 13th starter sees Howard Weaver in the iRacing iFlag number 7 and Tanner Foltz in the 15 in position 14. 15 sees Ben Kudermarsh aboard the number 12 and DJ Kolonowski aboard the number 13 in position number 16. 17 sees Lyndon Whiffle aboard the 17 and Chad Bullen aboard the 21 and shotgun on the field. John Kennedy in the backwards hat number 89. We called for, I believe that was 19 cars, all 19 cars out there on the Speedway iRacing iFlag. Green flags in the air. Who's it gonna be? The 127 of Blake Majules out to the early advantage. Second is the 42 Jordan Casey. Will he have anything for Blake Majules? Majules was exactly setting quick time in his heat races, faster than heat race number 2. So we'll see if Casey has dialed in his car a little bit more. Going to the outside, the 211 of Alex Smolders on the extreme top south of the Speedway. And that 211 running in third. Clifford Driscoll running fourth. 50 laps again, that, folks, is the distance. Here comes the 3 of Shane James trying to make it 3 wide for that third spot. As Shane James down on the bottom, it's actually the 4th spot now. As the 63 of Driscoll cut up in the middle, the 46 to the outside, that's Ryan Underwood. Underwood 3 wide for the 4th spot. Fantastic racing going on for the Broken Heart 50 here at the Lernerville Speedway in Sabre, Pennsylvania. And it's the number 63 having to give it out there as he was in the middle of that 3 wide. He backs out of it, thinks better of it, knows it's a longer race. So he is going to wait until one of these other guys maybe make a mistake as he went to the top shelf of the Speedway. Shane James working to the bottom, trying to do something, trying to make some headway there on the Ryan Underwood number 46 machine. But Underwood propels himself on the outside. It looks like that's the fastest groove here at Lernerville right now here in this feature event. 50 laps, like I said, was the distance here. Blake Majules right now your leader, and he is starting to pull away from Jordan Casey in the D1 RT number 42 machine. Alex Smolders still running in third, and that 211, a nice solid third place run before that 211. Underwood probably about 8 car lengths back in the number 46 machine. He is in 4th. 5th is Shane James battling it out with Clifford Driscoll. James, goes James around a little bit because he was down in the grass. He was flirting with disaster down there. He goes around. But James able to hold on to it, but he's going to lose a lot of spots in that number 3 machine. As we continue to look at the hot racing action out there on the Speedway, just want to see what everybody's going to think. Also, want to give a big shout out. Oh, we got star donations here. Last night we were skunked in the Australian race. This afternoon, not so much. Katie Dugas in the out there 100 stars, 7-week streak. Thank you so much for the star donations here. And keep those star donations coming in here all afternoon, all evening tonight, as we have 3 big races on the docket here. And definitely something that we want to accumulate. We're right now exactly 39,000 stars from our goal for the month of February. The Facebook gave us 50,000 stars. Let's make sure we make us relevant here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And if you're watching on another page, make sure you head on over to Full Velocity Racing Network Facebook page and follow us. We're on our route to try to get to 6,000 followers. Man, as many followers as we can get, that would be greatly appreciated. The more we get, the better that our page goes, and man, the more attention that we get for our great sponsors here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Blake Majules is out to a 1.5 second advantage over Jordan Casey. Alex Smolders still running in third. 4th is Ryan Underwood. 5th is Clifford Driscoll. Barry Sorensen in 6th. Drew Hopkins in 7th. 8th is Brad Dyer in the number 56 machine. Chad Bullen up to 9th. Calvin Herring is in 10th right now. 11th sees Darren Litterall. Ben Kudermarsh in that 12th spot. Shane James in 13th. That's where the battle is going on there for 13th and 12th between Kudermarsh and the number 3 of Shane James. James is going to make short work of him. move himself into the second spot as now he goes to battle with his teammate, Darren Litterwall, there in the all-yellow number 68 machine, as a 3 of Shane James trying to the outside. As we continue to look through the field to see where everybody is at, Backwards Hat Productions, John Kennedy running in 14th, Jason McSparron in 15th, London Whipple in the 16th, Howard Weaver way back here in his throwback scheme, the number 71 there. He is running in the 17th spot. That's not usual for Howard Weaver. DJ Kalinowski is running in 18th, and Tanner Folds in 19th. He is down on pit road, so up front it has been Blake Majules in the 127 machine. And I tell you what, how many of you have seen Howard Weaver get lapped before? Because that's about ready to happen here. Blake Majules is coming up on him there. Howard Weaver in his throwback car, he bounces it off the wall. And look at that, the 127 laps Howard Weaver in the 71 as the yellow flag comes out. Looks like Ryan Underwood involved in this one. Ryan Underwood just gets off the embankment all by himself and goes around. And then number 46 had the selfie stick, but I can't do what Phil does. So not going to even try to attempt that. But all by his selfie, the 46 of Ryan Underwood just went off that embankment. That's treacherous as that pace truck comes, man, barreling out of there. Somebody likes to do some jumps with the pace truck. The iRacing.com official pace truck there that says Chevy Silverado.
Come on, Todd, get your selfie stick out and say, hey.
Yeah, you made it sound really good. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. Missing the partner, Phil, today. I think he's unconscious still. I really do. I know Jack and I tried feverishly to get a hold of him. He was kind of confused last night. 24 hours, he said, was the race from last night's end. I told him 12 hours. I don't think he believed me. I think he actually went on to Australian time or something. Well, I'm not sure. We'll see if he makes it to the other races today. As he was on till, I think, 2:11, 2:15, somewhere in the morning here, Eastern time. So still dealing with some different things for NASCAR 2003 things. So it's rather interesting. Not showing up. No call, no show for Phil. You get 3 of those. Guess what happens, Jack, in the business world? You're fired.
You're fired.
But we won't do that to Phil. Don't ever think we're going to do that to Phil. We like to joke with him, though. But he probably overslept. Definitely doesn't sleep a lot. So we'll let him sleep in and do whatever he's got to do. As the iRacing I flag, green flag comes out almost halfway home with 22 laps of 50 here. Again, the Broken Heart 50 at Lernerville. As these guys are still fighting down the back straightaway, it's been all Blake Majules so far. He's led all 22 laps. Jordan Casey trying to do something there with the number 42 machine. He goes off the embankment hard into the wall, back into traffic, and around like a top goes Jordan Casey, the D1RT, number 42. Hard wreck for him. No truck gets called, but Jordan Casey around to bring out the Hard Motorsports yellow flag. Well, let's take a look at J-Mac's Journey instant replay. Probably seen that live on the screen because I know I did. I was watching him. As Jack was showing the replay, but man, he comes back down, and Kelvin Herring, one shot, scrap and recycling, gets a hold of the 42 machine. I think the 42 night is done here. Jordan Casey just having all kinds of trouble. That puts Alex Smolders into second in that 211 machine. Good run for him. He's had a lot of solid runs as of late. Looks like, I'm not sure if that, yep, Brian Underwood coming back out onto the track. 46. Must have had to go fix some damage. Maybe it occurred in a couple of slamming that was going on there. Might even got involved in that one. I said Taylor Folds down there, so that puts 2 guys out of the event so far. That would be Jordan Casey and Tanner Folds. So down to 17 cars here. We are past halfway of lap 26 of 50. Again, your full field run down here. Blake Majules, your leader. Alex Schmoder, second. Clifford Driscoll running third. Barry Sorensen, fourth. Drew Hopkins, fifth. Sixth is Chad Bolin. Calvin Herring running in seventh. Brad Dyer, eighth. Ninth is John Kennedy. Ben Cootermarsh is 10th. Darren Litterall is actually 11th. 12th is Jason McSparron. 13th, Lyndon Wiffle. DJ Kolonowski, 14th. Howard Weaver in 15th. 16th is Ryan Underwood. And rounding out your field right now is Shane James in 17th. As we get ready to come back on to the green flag, the iRacing flag. Green flag is out. The 127 of Blake Majules leads again. Down into turn number 1, the 211 in second this time, but Clifford Driscoll way down to the bottom there. And I think that was a mistake for the 63 machine. As he tries to work over the bottom, it just doesn't seem like anything helping him there. Freight train on the outside. Here goes the 45 around the top side of the speedway. As the 63 of Clifford Driscoll now beats down to the bottom. Again, Driscoll trying to get back to the third spot, the 45 of Barry Sorensen trying to go to the outside of Clifford Driscoll. Driscoll having a good run there in the 3D Racing number 63 machine. Running solidly in third, but the 45 also having a good run of Barry Sorensen. Haven't seen a lot of him. Fifth is Drew Hopkins there in the 157, the Phenom. He's peeking to the bottom, trying to make his way back up through, maybe into the top three. It's been a while since we talked to him. 20 laps remain for the 127 of Blake Majules. Second still is Alex Smolders. Those guys pretty much have checked out on the rest of the field. Good battle still heating for that third spot between Clifford Driscoll and the number 45 of Barry Sorensen. Drew Hopkins starting to get into the fray too as he looks down to the bottom of the 45B of Barry Sorensen. Sorensen right now in that fourth spot. Drew Hopkins is in fifth. Chad Bullen's having a good run there in the number 21 machine. He's made his way all the way up to sixth. Seventh is still Brad Dyer there in the Kevin Custer. Number 56 is the yellow flag going to come out here. The Hard Motorsports yellow flag again coming out over the field to restack and repack them. Trying to take a look to see who that was. '89 and the 68. So the 89 and John Kennedy and the 68 make contact there. Around they go. Looks like the 89 able to keep going. John Kennedy, the backwards hat, and then the 68 of Darren Litterall. If we could make a call on that number 89, we'd have to have Phil here, because it's always John Kennedy's fault, according to Phil. So always John Kennedy's fault. I don't know. I guess John Kennedy told him he needed a new pair of eyes. As John Kennedy comes down back across the track, Litterall coming up the track, kind of met in the middle ordeal. So I would call that a racing deal there, as John Kennedy and the number 68 get together. So they're going to both go tail end Charlie. So 15 laps will remain at the stripe this time by. Gotta thank star donations from, looks like Josh Peacock, 100 stars. Thank you, Josh, as we continue to try to hit our goal. So 200 stars in this one. See Gene Wolf out there saying go get him, Ryan Underwood. And a couple other ones out there, Jeff Brown, and Aiden Lynn, and Ethan Mason. I didn't get a chance to mention you guys out there. 37 viewers. Chime on in, as we are exactly 39,000, and it's like 39, now it's like 38.8. From our goal in the month of February of 50,000 as the iRacing flag, green flag comes back out. And again, Blake Majules leading the charge down into turn number 1, the 211 of Alex Smollers up to the top side. He's got a run up there. I don't know if he's got anything for Blake Majules. We'll see here as he's right there closing up on the rear bumper. We're going to get 13 to go at the line. The 211 of Alex Smolders breathing down Blake Majules' neck there. In the iRacing flag, Swindell Speed Labs number 127. Able to hold on to the top spot. Third right now is Clifford Driscoll, a 3 wide. Here comes the 157 of Drew Hopkins way down the ball. Contact, Chad Bullen to the 45. Contact made. Calvin Herring involved. Howard Weaver involved. A lot of cars involved in that one. So Barry Sorensen involved too, was having a good run here. And it looks like he kind of got crossed up, did Sorensen, up on the top shelf there. As Driscoll came up the track here in a 3 wide battle, Driscoll was able to do a slider, so Sorensen may have had to back out of it a little bit. Chad Bullen gets into the back, and that collects Calvin Herring and Howard Weaver, as Howard Weaver just goes right underneath the 08 machine, while Weaver has a little front end damage on the number 71. So caution coming out here. The Hard Motorsports yellow flag coming out once again over the field. Does anybody have anything for Blake Majules? What do you guys think out there in the Facebook Live? Do you think anybody has anything? Josh Smith out there, best in the business. Hashtag best in the business, Josh Smith. We're going to be doing a broadcast for him just a little bit later. We're going to go to the Chili Bowl. Chili Bowl restock racing action tonight. Oh. Chili Bowl Indoor Series. We broadcasted last year for the Dirt Series. So we're going to broadcast it again.
I don't think anybody has anything for him.
Jack saying he's not going to have anything for him. Doesn't think anybody has anything for him. Jeff Brown just says he's fast. He's got 2 iRacing iFlag cars up front. He's not going to say much. It looks like lights are going to be extinguished atop the pace truck. Gonna double them up down the back straightaway. And we're going to send them on the way. Light the wick, light the fire off of turn number 4. The iRacing iFlag green flag is out. The 127 again. Blake Majules, a good restart. And able to put the pounding to the 211 of Alex Smolders. Smolders to the top side. The Phenom way down to the bottom there. Temporarily has the 3rd spot. Battling out with Clifford Driscoll. Here comes Drew Hopkins way down to the bottom side. Man, Brad Dyer was loose over there. But the 127, or 157, excuse me, down to the bottom. Another yellow flag going to come out and slow these guys back down. Roll them back down. Looks like the 08, the one-shot scrap and recycling involved in that one. The Calvin Herring, fortunately, innocent bystander. I do believe everything that's going on there. There's a lot of things going on there all at once. Just everybody kind of got crossed up there. The 42 or 45 comes back down across and hits the 08 of Calvin Herring, sending him around. Tough break for Calvin Herring. Going to have to get it back going. Join the tail end of the field. As the tail end now, 15th is London Whiffle. Shane James now out of this event. So we're going to have 5 laps to go here at the line. And Blake Majules has been the quickest guy around here today, leading all 45 laps. Nobody's had anything for him. I don't think anybody's going to have anything for Blake Majules. The 211 of Alex Smolders running in 2nd. Drew Hopkins running 3rd. The 63 of Clifford Driscoll running 4th. 5th is Brad Dyer. 6th would be Barry Sorensen. 7th, the 46 of Ryan Underwood. 8th is DJ Kalinowski. Then you have Howard Weaver running 9th, and then 10th, Ben Kudermarsh. So Weaver in a different car than what we're used to. Just I think he's shaking down the car. It's the number 71 there. Maybe just borrowed it. Throwback car. Get ready to send these guys on their way off of turn and number 4. iRacing iFlag. Green flag is back. Out the 127 of Blake Majules is on the loud pedal the quickest once again, but the Phenom, the 157, has been picking him off on the restarts, trying to get around Alex Smolders. Side-by-side battle for the 2nd spot as Smolders able to hold on to the 2nd spot so far, but the Phenom down to the bottom. 2 to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around for the Broken Heart 50 here in Lernerville and Sabre, Pennsylvania. The 127 of Blake Majules still leading this event. 2nd is going to be Alex Smolders still. 3rd is the 157 of Drew Hopkins, and he peeks it back down to the bottom. White flag in the air. Blake Majules in the Swindell Speed Labs iRacing iFlag number 127 for the final time leads the crew down into turn number 3. And off of turn number 4, picking up the Broken Heart 50, Blake Majules at the number 127. 2nd going to go to Alex Smolders. 3rd to Drew Hopkins. Clifford Driscoll 4th, Barry Sorensen, Brad Dyer, Ryan Underwood, Ben Kudermarsh, Howard Weaver, Darren Litterall, DJ Kalinowski, Jason McSparron, Calvin Herring, John Kennedy, Chad Bullen, Lyndon Whiffle, Shane James, Jordan Casey, Tanner Volt, round out 19 cars. So we're going to take a brief pause for the cause, get everybody arranged, go down to bladenode.com, Victory Lane, and interview our top 3. Hopefully we get our top 3 over here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. And welcome back to the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport Racing, BladeNote.com, Victory Lane. We're going to pull into, we're still waiting on to see if the Phenom, Drew Hopkins, gets his way over here, but we'll make our way here and talk to tonight's, this afternoon's second place finisher. Driver of the number 211, Alex Smulders, taking down second here tonight. A fantastic run for you. It just seemed like Blake Majules had the number here tonight, but another good run for that 211 machine. Man, I see a nice shiny new sponsor on the side of that. Nice seeing that too, Alex. Tell us about your race here today.
Overall, my race wasn't too bad, I guess. I had decent speed all day. Start fourth, it's probably my best starting spot in the race so far. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with second.
Definitely. Did you have anything left in the tank? Maybe another restart? Could you outfox the Blake Majules, or is it just that quick here?
I feel like I had a little bit. I think I could have got him if, I don't know, kind of 50-50 here. He's good, but I don't know, maybe it was my week. We never know.
All right, Alex, as we're accustomed to here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, we'll give you the microphone. You can thank whoever you'd like to thank here for this great second place run here at the Lernerville Speedway.
Yeah, I picked up a new sponsor this week, iRacing iFlag. Car looks real good. CRD Paints did a great job. I want to thank you guys for putting this race on and doing the broadcast. Thanks, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing home second place here, the number 211, the iRacing iFlag number 211. That's Alex Smulders. As we make our way on down here, have not seen the third place finisher come over here, Drew Hopkins, but we'll make our way on over to the victory lane here with the Swindell Speed Labs iRacing iFlag number 127. And man, he's making a habit of it here in Lernerville, taking down yet another victory. But Blake Majules taking down the victory. Tell us about your race here, Blake. All 50 laps. Star-studded fashion. I mean, you were just the man to beat here tonight. This afternoon. Tell us about it.
Yeah, just I figured I didn't know if they were gonna reset it or not, and usually they do. Usually the lines change a lot, but with it being no with the warm up running out and no reset, I figured it'd just be a slider line or just trying to find the moisture down on the bottom, which I did that for a couple laps, but it eventually went to I caught the moisture right in the middle a couple times. So there were a few lines that worked. Really just depended on what I felt comfortable with, and fortunately I was able to pick the right one at the right time and pull away there at the end. So pretty good win.
Yeah, a lot of restarts there for you there, Blake. What goes through your mind when you have those guys and you go back to double file on a restart like that? What goes through your mind? What type of choices do you have to make going into turn one? Do you have to fire first and try to get down to turn one as quickly as possible so you don't give up one of those grooves? Or what goes through your mind on one of those restarts?
I'm a usually I like restarts. I'm usually very strong on restarts. So I don't mind them. I kind of know what I got to do to protect the lead, whether it's start earlier or later, hook the moisture and just try and pull away, run your line. But with all the yellows coming out, I kind of just kept doing the same thing and hooking the moisture off of two and was able to pull away about every time. So I didn't really switch anything up. It was just kind of timing the restart and hoping Alex didn't get close to me or side by side to where he blocked the momentum off of two. But I was able to hit the restarts perfectly. And yeah, I mean, it does take, some sort of knowledge to get a good start and be able to pull away. I mean, you got to know what line and where you're going to run if you're going to get by someone or sustain the lead. So.
All right, Blake, as we're accustomed here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, we give you the floor. The microphone's all yours. Thank you. I'd like to thank you for this big win this afternoon.
Yeah, just Swindell Speed Lab, all my teammates. iRacing, iFlag, Jeff Brown, appreciate him very much. SimSeats, Zach, everyone at SimSeats, can't thank them enough for coming on board here recently and everything they've done. Jeremy Ray for the nice looking paint. CBD Wise Organics, K1 Speed, Bell Helmets. Everyone that watched, Tia, my dad. Pretty ironic, I won the Heartbreak 50, but pretty good win here, so I can't thank you enough.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the feature win this afternoon at the Lernerville Speedway, Savannah, Pennsylvania. Driver of the iRacing iFlag, Swindell Speed Labs number 127, Blake Majules taking down the victory. And man, he's making a habit of it here as of late and doing a fantastic job at it. And definitely appreciate him for the interview. It does not look like we're going to catch up with Drew Hopkins, but that's okay. The Phenom is kind of quiet anyway, so maybe next time he'll come on over and take to his light here. So we got the interview the first and second here. Definitely appreciate it, but a long day again. Ahead of us here at the Full Velocity Racing Network, we have the DWRL Sunday night shootout series sponsored by BladeNote.com coming up. I believe that's going to be from the Volusia Speedway. And then we also are going to go on over. Oh, it looks like Drew Hopkins may make his way over here. Finally, better late than never. So we're going to bring him down here. Better late than never here, Drew. Great, solid third place finish. It's been a while since we talked to you. I was looking forward to it, and I was like, man, he's not even going to come over here in the knowledge Full Velocity. What's going on?
Yeah, I could get my team speak there to work for a minute, but I finally got it. I couldn't find the code for y'all, but finally got it.
Well, tell us about your race here, Drew. What was going on through your head? And man, you were making some passes on the bottom where other people were not able to do so. But especially on the restarts, you were finding a line on the restarts to get by the guys and able to bring home a nice, solid third place finish.
Yeah, I just kind of hung out there around Clifford and all them, about fifth there on the high side. Then about 10 ago, I found a little moisture on the bottom. I saw Clifford go down there once, and he was able to make it work. So I'm pretty good on the bottom. So I figured I'd try it out, and it paid off.
All right, Drew, give you a little bit of the break, give you the microphone, let you thank or like to thank on your third place finish. Like I said, it's been a while since we've been able to interview you here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, but a solid third place finish for you. Thank you, or like to thank you.
I just like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, HRE Motorsports, iRacing iFlag, Team Friday, Dirt All Access, 34 Raceway, Dirt Racing Outreach, and All Dirt in Kentucky, and me, Shane James, for helping me out with this league, and just my whole team working on the setups together. And you guys for broadcast.
I was going to say, you almost forgot us, but I wouldn't say that. So, the driver of the 157, Drew Hopkins, taking down the third place finish here tonight, this afternoon, I should say. Man, I keep saying tonight because I did the broadcast till 1:15 a.m. last night. So, rather interesting. But Drew Hopkins, again, the phenom, taking down third here. Nice solid podium finish going into the last race of the season next week here for the UDRA series, and definitely going to be rather interesting. The points are pretty close amongst the top 5, so we'll see what's going to happen there. Once again, thank you to Drew Hopkins for stopping on over. Again, like I said, it's going to be a long night. We have BladeNode.com Sunday Night Shootout Series and Dirt Series coming up here a little bit later on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Those links are already posted, so schedule your night around that. Here, you want to come out and see the Full Velocity Racing Network, you want to hear them. Star donations go a long way, folks, so please help us get to our goal of 50,000 stars. Again, we make sure we recognize you. It's a good way to be recognized here. Right now, the leader there in star donations is actually Charlie Milner. And Jeff Brown is second in the star donation, so thank you to you two guys for doing what you do for the Full Velocity Racing Network and everybody else that's donated stars so far. We'll get the complete list later on in the going, but do appreciate everything you guys do for us and all of our great sponsors here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. But for now, I'm going to sign off. Thank you to Jack Truan for pushing all the controls. Phil, I guess he missed his alarm. That's no excuse to not make a race. Again, I'm Todd Stan signing off. Keep the rubber on the dirt and keep that hammer down. We'll see you next time here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing.
Call me the Joker, call me the fool. When she called